Good evening, Toot. In. Welcome in, everybody. Am I leaving my camera off while I finish off this thread? Absolutely. Well, welcome. Oh. Hi, Kali. Welcome in. And hey, Charles. Glad you could join us. I'm almost done with this thread. You guys can see the glory that is Pow. I think she's actually hiding in her hide. Hi, hello everyone. You can finally see. Welcome into Monday Night Crafty Chats. Stitch with me, whatever you want to. This is going to be a very chill stream, okay? There will be no shenanigans. There will be no throwing of things at the streamer. Going for a chill stream. I'm looking at YouTube. Hey, Quarter Stitch, welcome. Gwen says bet. Oh no, I am afraid now. It says I don't think that's actually your call, to be honest. Oh no. What have I done? What have I done to myself? So we are stitching tonight on Dinosaur Forest. How's the lighting? Can you guys see this okay? I turned off the big light behind me because it was really washing everything out. Looks good to Gwen. So early is here. Hi, Earl. Wasn't trying to pet you, I was trying to do things on my tablet, but okay. And early is here. I made her a spot behind the keyboard that I'm hoping she'll curl up in. But she just wants some love right now. So how was everyone's weekend? Saw you guys on Friday. And says, I'm so glad my vet has reassured me that cats don't get osteoporosis. Like, monkey just jumped from the top of the fridge to the floor. I know, cats, they should not bounce the way that they do. Like, you shouldn't be able to just yeet an animal at the floor and then they walk away. Patricia says we did good with the colors. It looks great. You guys did amazing with it. Amazing. Let's see how close I can get this. But this, Patricia, I think it might have been you who suggested 580 and 435 for the pumpkin blend, and that's this tree here, and it looks so good. But yeah, it's looking so good. And like, it doesn't really show up on camera, the amount of variation. Like, I've tried so many times getting pictures of it, but in person, it's just a very subtle kind of modeled, marled look. My captions are having a moment. Yeah. I haven't worked on this as much as I thought I was going to, because we started it together on Monday, right? And hi Earl, trying to start a thread. Thank you. We started it together on Monday, and I've actually been like slightly intimidated to work on it. I've been slightly intimidated to work on it. I think because I've been wanting to do it for so long. Just ignoring Mac, by the way. Hi Mac, but I think because I've been wanting to work on it for so long that like now that I'm finally working on it, I don't feel like I can mess it up at all. It really is really cuddly tonight. Bad dream or something sleeping in the window. Yeah, quarter stitch. The combo's working up really well. Really wish it picked up on camera. I'm gonna, when the whole thing's done, I'm gonna try different like lightings, and I know there's different tricks to getting your white balance to white balance, because this really needs good picture taken of, and I'm less intimidated by it now. Not 100% less intimidated by it, but less intimidated. It just felt like every stitch had to be completely perfect and like completely neat and correct, because if it didn't, I was gonna mess it up forever. Never going to recover from. That's part of the reason that I started Swamp Coven or Swamp Friends on Friday stream, is because I just needed something that was a little bit less high stakes. Like, not that this is high stakes, it's just that's what my brain was telling me. Oh no, Gwen. Over the shoulder lamp. I did say Swamp Coven, yes. It's actually called Swamp Friends, but we started it together on stream Friday. Here's what it's looking like. I finished one of the frogs. So it's a stack of 3 frogs, and the top one is wearing like a hat and has a broom stuff. Yeah, I love this frog. I'm making quite a few modifications. I'm basically changing every color in the entire project except for the black and the 3865. Except that's not even true, because I'm swapping out other colors for the black everywhere except the eyes and the hat. So I am changing pretty much every color in this. But I really love the way that this frog turned out. So yeah, but that's why I kind of started that other one, because I just needed something that, I don't want to say fiddly, because this isn't fiddly, but a Mama Witch pattern on 14 count Black Ada is like my comfort zone. When I'm sorry, I don't know what you're referring to. I don't have a project called Celtic Witch. That's you must be making that up. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. Look, she knows what she did. And honestly, a lot of what I've been stitching over the last week. Does want me to time them out, boss? Not yet, but keep an eye on them. A lot of what I've been working on for the last week has been shop samples for stuff that hasn't been released yet, so I can't like show you guys or do it on stream or share pictures. So it just looks like I've been doing no stitching. Yes, Gwen, definitely I'm a slacker. So I thought tonight it would be good to just have a couple of dedicated hours to work on Dinosaur Forest, because I haven't really given it that kind of dedicated time. I did almost, I was considering canceling tonight. There's a storm, storms weather whirling around us is migraine. You can see, like, I do have a migraine, and it's kind of, or my thinking, which relates to. So yeah, we'll see how stream goes. I'm also hoping we don't have any tech issues like we did on Friday. Friday was just cursed. Sorry, I didn't realize I was cutting out. I was cutting out as I said, I hope we don't have any tech issues. Because Friday was absolutely cursed. Although apparently it wasn't just me. We hopped into Sassacast's stream after. The mic is cutting out for you a bit, Quarter Stitch? Okay. I think I've fixed it, but let me know if it keeps happening. Yeah, we hopped into Sassacast's stream there, and they had tech issues, and apparently Flea, who was another cross-stitcher here on Twitch, had to just stop stream completely because of tech issues. So Friday was just cursed. I did make some changes to the mic setup, which could also be resulting in the cutting out, so if it keeps happening, I might have to just do some on-the-fly adjustments. Oh no, Gwen, you're also cursed? We've cursed Gwen. Your fingy stopped working and you dropped a needle before you got it threaded. Toot, what have you done? Toot, what have you done? When for me it's always, it like rolls into like the hem of my shirt or something. Or the worst is when I drop it and it like tucks into the bottom here and I have no idea where it went. Yeah, Cheryl, good call. Magnet time. Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. See, Gwen gets it. Gwen understands the assignment. At least it wasn't in your leg, Gwen. Did you do a thing so that it does not get posted? Hold on, I have to check my moderation actions because that's hilarious. Ooh. I love that Gwen is just test. Guys, I told you no shenanigans this stream. It says don't test me. What am I gonna do with you guys? Carl has a good point that Toot is still modding, so I don't think I can avoid shenanigans. Girly, when was the last time I talked about my degree anyways? Now it's all ancient aliens all the time. That stitch doesn't go there. Also, I recently watched an episode of Ancient Aliens that was called The Druid Connection, and I started it and I was like, I'm absolutely gonna have no problem with this episode whatsoever. This is gonna be entirely factually and historically accurate. I had, you know, no notes. It was perfect. It's a lie. I was quite irritated at several points, but at the same time I wasn't, because it was Ancient Aliens, so you can never really get mad at it because you know it's complete schlock. Someday they'll find it, an episode about druids, the Wiccans, the pagans, and me, all of us under their spell. I'm so glad I can't sing well enough to get copyright struck. Okay, so I'm trying to decide where to go from here. So there's a Stegosaurus here that's in the same color I'm currently working with, so I could just keep working with this, or I'll park this. If I went down here, there's like a flower here and then a T-Rex here. Can I do the T-Rex at the moment? Yes, I can. I do not listen to Coast AM. Is that the one with the guy with the mustache? Because one of the hosts of that is... No, I didn't forgore. That's exactly what I'm drinking tonight. I just happen to be drinking the exact same thing. George Nahori, something like that. I think that's the guy. Anyway, he's a frequent speaker on Ancient Aliens. Hello, Deonce. Hello. Also, yes, tonight I am drinking. This is a Diet Pepsi with grenadine. And I also have water, so I didn't forget. I just drink the same thing all the time. I didn't forget. I'm just boring. What was I doing? Right, I was trying to figure out which dinosaur to do. I think I'm going to work on the Stegosaurus up here, just because I'm already working with this color. George Nori, yes. Yes. See, I knew a thing. Thank you, Cheryl. Good. Early, thank you. I'm telling you guys, sometimes the brain is pinging and sometimes it is not. 4 hours of conspiracy theories nightly, it was a good time. I would listen to the heck out of that. I was gonna say watch, but radio. I would listen to the heck out of that. Like, I love conspiracy theories. I don't subscribe to them, I just love them. Like, to the point where, although I will have to say that occasionally people say things that are say something is a conspiracy theory that I thought was just fact, and then I realized that it's because I watch so many conspiracy theory things. You would think the answer would be to watch less conspiracy theories. Okay, I believe in some. Let's say I believe in some. Bill Cipher isn't real. How dare you? How dare you? Weirdmageddon is coming. Really, thank you. You guys can't see her, but she's like just out of frame up here. Like, I can't even get her in shot. And she keeps aggressively loving on the 3 key. So I just keep trying to get her to move her head like just a little bit. Aw, she wants to less than 3 us. Is that true, Early? Are you slow blinking at chat? Yeah, Charles, or the 3. That's the sound that emoji makes. Patricia says it started to get kind of weird around 2010 when they switched hosts, but pre-2010 shows would recommend. Maybe I'll look those up because that sounds really interesting. Sounds like right up my alley. I've been watching Ancient Aliens from the beginning, right? And I'm on season 14. Yes, so season 14 aired in 2019, so that means that the first season aired in like 2005, and it's very, I mean, this season especially is very like photos taken moments before disaster, but it's really weird seeing the way the show changed over 14 years. That's my like cozy morning ritual, because I'm usually up a couple hours before Toot. So I'll like get up, take care of the animals, make my coffee, that kind of thing, and then I'll sit and I'll stitch and I'll watch. If I have new floss tubes to watch, I'll watch those. And if I don't, I watch Ancient Aliens. I know Quarter Stitch. I can't believe that there's like 19 seasons now. I cannot believe that they actually have enough content. And like there is a lot of repetition, but at the same time, there's a lot of like new stuff. And I mean, one thing that they've done is my buddy Giorgio has started traveling to different places around the world. So that like gives them footage where one of the ancient alien experts goes and visits like a local anthropologist or archaeologist or ancient alien theorist, and they go and explore this ruin or this temple or look at these statues. Or so like you are learning cool things about history at the same time. And it's like, it's not that I think that they're making things up about history. I just think that the conclusions that they're drawing are just like wild leaps of logic. But at the same time, you're getting to see really cool historical things that not a lot of other people cover. Although a couple episodes ago, it was focused on a site in Central America, I believe, called Sacsayhuaman, which still to me sounds like a joke name because it's Sacsayhuaman. And I'm like, that the first time I heard it, I'm like, are they being serious? But they were. That is the name of the place. The captions are trying. They're trying their little best. I don't know. I feel like some nights the captions have it and some nights they don't. Well, my friends, we've been going for about half an hour. So let's take a little break and put up the break screen. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads. If you're watching on YouTube, just vibe, enjoy the music, and go do what you need to do. Grab a drink, stretch. I was about to say dehydrate when I meant de-shrimp and hydrate. And I will see you back in 3 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your break. Hello, Moon. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. If you guys don't know Moonphase, she's another streamer here on Twitch. Let's see if I can do a shout out under Early's chin. Go. She's another streamer here on Twitch, and actually we're going to be doing a stream together on Friday, if you guys didn't know already. So Friday's stream, we're going to start a little bit later than usual for me. We're going to start at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be me and Moon. We're going to be stitching, we're going to be hanging out, and if you have any stitchy questions that you would like answered, even if it's just a matter of opinion, like what do you think about this thing, or what do you think about this thing, please let me know, and we'd be happy to talk about it on stream. Otherwise, it's just going to be me talking about Ancient Aliens again, so... But I'm really enjoying it. I'm really... shutting down. I'm really looking forward to it. I always enjoy our joint streams. No worries, Moon. I was just talking about our joint stream on Friday, how much I was looking forward to it. I'm doing okay. Migraine-y, and it's affecting my ability to speak, so yeah. More than usual. More than usual. Also, I have decided this is a no shenanigans stream, so you've just been up to shenanigans. Yeah, migraine-y. Like, you have a migraine, but you're E. Migraine-y. Oh, you were translating the subtitles. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate you. Message from Early for everyone there. Yeah, Charlotte, that's her gonna be her streamer name. Because apparently it's her favorite key now. But yeah, if you guys are working on anything out there, let me know. Let me know what you're working on. I have a suspicion that Moon was cleaning her kitchen. Because when I say 3, it makes you smile, and she wants everyone to smile. Aww. Toot is working on raccoons for the Ever. Oh, Cheryl, you finished the hat already? It was quick. I mean, that hat does go so quick. I hope you win the yarn chicken. Moon was rotting in bed post-shower. No cleaning was done. No spoon, no heck day. I 100% feel that. 100% feel that. That was me... Was it Sunday? Sunday was yesterday, right? I had no heck. I still did thing, just had no heck for thing. Gwen is stitching a tiny picture of a raven. That sounds adorable. Quarter stitch just finished. Not a raven, but a pigeon. Bookmark. If you guys saw it in the server, it's hysterical. It says, I see trees of brown roses too. Shit, this floss is brown too. Will I ever escape? What a brownderful world. Thank you, Moon. Yeah, Toot is working on one of my patterns, the rainbow family. Jesus, self. Raccoon family, which is a cutscene from Stardew that I turned into a cross stitch pattern. It's gigantic. But there's 3 versions of it. Thank you, Toot, for putting up the link to the link tree. So it's available on Coffee and Etsy. And there are 3 versions. There's the full raccoon family, which is the one Toot's doing, which is really big. There's the cropped version that's just the tree in the center with the family. And it's much more manageable. And then I actually did just the raccoon and his wife as a freebie. So that's on the Coffee as a freebie. The 2 main colors are brown and, wait for it, green. Yeah, there's a lot of brown and green. A lot of brown and green. And because it's so big, I gridded its fabric for it. They're doing it on black fabric, so you can't get that pre-gridded. I don't think. I've never seen black pre-gridded. If such a thing existed, that would be wonderful. But so I did it all with the fishing line. But honestly, grids are so helpful. And that pattern, it's a circle, but within the circle it's completely full coverage, so speaking of the shops, new pattern went out Saturday. It's called Till We Are Ghosts. It's a really cute little pattern, if I do say so myself. I really had a lot of fun designing it, and it's just a little cute one of ghosts and love. I'm thinking of designing a follow-up piece that's a ghost polycule. Oh, thank you, Gwen. Gwen says it's so cute. Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun designing that one. And we are just a week and a bit away from the beginning of the Tiny Witch Sal. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. I am so excited. And thank you again, Toot, for the link. I'm just so excited for you guys to see it. I'm so excited to see what you do with it. I am so excited. I've been talking with a few other designers who do SALs. I've been talking to Lola Crow and Climbing Goat Designs. Climbing Goat is the one who did the James Webb telescope. That's what it is. Stitch along with like the hexagons, and everyone is a different picture from the James Webb. She's so talented. We've been talking about like how much fun SALs are to do, and also like an unexpected amount of work afterwards, which I've never experienced before. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take some notes here on what I should expect. But yeah, that's gonna be so much fun. I'm almost thinking of stitching another one myself, just so I can play along with you guys. I don't know. This is what I do for large chunks of color, by the way. Is I kind of outline them and then I just fill in the middle so that I do all my thinking up front. Oh no, Charles lost Yarn Chicken by 6 stitches. Can you cheese it? I mean, if it's just 6 stitches, I would cheese it. Like add another little bit of a similar yarn, or just use a crochet hook to pull the live stitches over one another. I don't know if that made sense, but it made sense in my head. Well, I mean, the beauty of that pattern is you can rip back a row and it doesn't affect any patterning or anything like that. Carl is working on one of the patterns that I designed, which is also available on the coffee shop for a freebie. So if you're looking for a free knitting hat pattern, I got you. And actually noticed a typo in it that no one else had picked up on. Eeps. I have to fix that. But at the same time, it's something that I definitely would say about knitting. I just said twitch instead of twist. But since I often advise people to give it a wiggle to even out uneven stitches, telling people to twitch a stitch is something I would say. I hope I'm not hitting the mic. The mic is right next to my head, like here, and the cats are in the kitchen over there making noise. So I keep turning my head to check on them, but I feel like I'm just smacking my headphones into the mic every time I do. I'm just gonna like slide sideways and turn my head. You tried the crochet hook, seems fine. Yeah. That's good, that's good. And I mean, the hat's got a ton of negative ease, so it'll fit. For 6 stitches, I wouldn't stress it. I don't know why, but I've got like a death grip on my frame. You guys ever do that if you're using, because I use a stand, right? Which is why, so the stand is here and my stomach is holding the other end of the frame. So it just kind of like wedges itself nicely there. I'm hands free, but I'll just rest my hand here. And then I find myself like death gripping it. It's like, I don't need to even hold it. Why am I squeezing this for squeezing the life out of this? And I don't notice I'm doing it until my hand starts cramping, and it's like, why are you doing this to yourself? So don't ask me why singing my numbers like a French school teacher makes counting easier. It just does. And says specifically a French school teacher. I don't know, it just reminds me of one of those like little sing-songy things that the French teachers would do to try and get you to learn French, which never got you to learn French. It just got you to learn what those sounds sounded like in a specific tune. Hamilton brain rot. No, I think Canadian education brain rot. Oh, yeah, and deux, trois, cats. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. I followed the reference that Toot made. I thought I had made my dinosaur one row too high, but no, we're good. The dinosaur gets to live. He does not have to be frogged today. We did not have Schoolhouse Rock up here. I did not see Conjunction Junction until I was in college, and YouTube was a thing. Yeah, somehow the American judicial system is not something we were publicly educated on. But yeah, no, we didn't have Schoolhouse Rock. I'm trying to think if we had the equivalent. Like, we had Canadian Heritage Moments, but that's not quite the same. Other than the fact that, like, everyone can quote them. The hat is done and nice. Yeah! Go, Charles. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But like every single Canadian, I'm sure, at least of my generation, will be able to say, you know, they let us keep our Irish names. I smell burnt toast. What are the other ones? I'm totally blanking now, but like there's so many Canadian heritage moments that live rent-free in our heads. These were short, they were commercials, so they were like 30 seconds long. But they were done by the government of Canada. What is wrong with me tonight? They were done by the government, and they were just like little historical shorts about cool things that happened in Canada. Back in middle school, you were learning about the Constitution. There's a whole song about the preamble of the Constitution. Yes. We don't have a constitution, by the way. We have a Charter of Rights and Freedoms. At the same time, your group of nerds would play out on a little bump in the lawn. No, called the knoll. Speaking of the gnole, okay. Well, that's cute. I have to prep another combined thread, so I have to cut some and then I have to do some. Just be a second. Gwen says, we the people, in order to form a more perfect Bunyan, establish Eustace and ensure domestic insanity. Okay then. I'm sure we did the same thing. Same kind of thing, I should say. You were not the jocks of the school, if you can believe it. Look, I was the jock of the school and I still wasn't cool. Because I wasn't a jock. I was just really good at two specific sports. So yeah, dropping some DH lore here. I was the first person in the history of my school, my high school, to compete at the provincial level in any sport. I competed in wrestling provincials 2 years in a row. Didn't do well in them, but I competed in them. By the time I graduated, I also had the most medals / trophies out of any athlete in the school, but I didn't get my athletic letter because someone didn't believe me. Carl said I was just happy we could take an outdoor skills class instead of PE. Outdoor skills would have been so much fun. In our school, you either had to do PE or you could do human kinetics, which was like basically a science class. Kind of wish I had gone for human kinetics. Yes, Toot just said one of my college PE credits was in bowling, which I always just find hilarious. And she's very good at bowling. Like, very good at it. One of the other options, yeah, was golf and fly fishing. Carol said you learned to make fires and cook with them. See, that would have been awesome. I would have loved doing that. I mean, we were in the middle of the city, so... You got an academic letter but didn't know what it was, and you were just presented with this giant embroidered F. Funny. Gwen had a college credit for yoga. That would be nice too. I would do a college credit for something. Like, PE wasn't a required credit. There were required classes depending on your major, but there weren't like universally required credits. So I didn't have to do, I was in Celtic studies. So I didn't have to do any math or science or business or anything like that. There were no like basic courses you had to do. I said it. I said the thing. Thanks, Gwen. I know, I appreciate the correction. Hey, Pecan Pie, welcome in. We're doing some stitching on Dinosaur Forest here. I'm gonna get banned really quickly here, and then I guess stream will be over if I get banned. But I don't know, maybe Toot will be the streamer now. Or Early. Early, you want to be the streamer now? Gwen is here for early takeover. I'm so lucky Gigi is in your arms and you can't eat at me. Quartershire says foreign language is the only universal requirement in college. And if you took 4 years in high school, you were done. Oh, that's good. I kind of like that requirement. We, I mean, in Canada, we all do French in school. I had to do 2 years in high school of French, and then I was like, I'm done. In college, I did Scottish Gaelic and Welsh. I only got 1 year of Welsh because it was a new course. But it was still very, very cool. Ben says I had the same forage language forage languaging thing for college, but then you decided to major in French and minor in Spanish, so okay, you had it covered. Carl tested out of the Spanish and the basic English requirements. That's good. I mean, I do not speak a second language right now. I know words in French, I know words in Gaelic, I know words in Welsh. I might be able to read a street sign or two if I had access to a phone. I am not bilingual, and I really wish I was. I wish I spoke at least one other language. I find that so impressive. And like, people who speak 3 or 4 languages fluently, I can't believe it. I'm so impressed. And yes, Toot did Chinese for their foreign language credits. Charles says that sounds really useful. Toot says, to be honest, I made friends with the prof and never went to class. Cordish says, my Spanish teacher said 1 year in high school was 1 semester in college. Scared you and did not want to move at that pace. Oh, I'm so sorry. Charles says I wouldn't call myself fluent, but I can get by in German and Spanish. That's amazing. That is so cool. And those are like very different languages. You know what I mean? Like, they're very different. And English is the hardest language to learn, but it's becoming the most universal language, which is so like logically backwards. Like, I know why it's becoming the universal language, unfortunately, but in comparison to like all other languages, it's so hard to learn. But yeah, quarter stitch, I kind of had the same thing. Like, I mean, in high school, your teachers are always like, university is going to be so much harder, the professors aren't going to care, and they're not going to give you extensions and all this kind of thing. But then you get to college and the profs are like, yeah, whatever, just turn it in. Like, I would say my high school teachers were harder to deal with than my college professors were. You've heard Dina. I know which language you mean. I cannot for the life of me pronounce it ever. And Russian are harder, but you think it's hard in different ways. Yeah, that makes sense. Dine. Yeah, okay, I was right. And I mean, those languages both have different alphabets as well, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. Toot's male spawn point took Russian at Notre Dame. He kept some books and it was so hard to try and read. Yeah, the addition of a different alphabet definitely makes it way more difficult. Charles says, for me, it's the cases. German has 4, but Russian has like 10 or something. Oh no, not case. Toot's high school Spanish teacher was named Senora Payne. Aptly named. Oh no. Oh no. Gwen said, I attempted to teach myself Russian my senior year of high school. How did that go for you, Gwen? And yes, quarter stitch tonal languages are hard. I had one of my best friends in high school and also in elementary. Her family was from Hong Kong. She spoke Cantonese. and she would try and teach me different words, and I just could not get the tonal inflections right. Like, I would say something completely ridiculous. Carol says Fiddish has 15 cases. I don't know what they're doing with all of them. Toot says they're just hoarding them. Yeah, if Duolingo had existed earlier, as Cheryl just said, learning languages as a kid would have been a lot easier. Because it is easier to learn language the younger you are. And I would say that is one good thing about English, is that there are no cases except in very specific circumstances. And you can just kind of memorize those very specific circumstances. It's in yours, yeah. The interesting thing, possessive pronouns are the only one I know. Yeah, they're very, very limited, and that's because they lifted them from other languages. The Celtic languages have 3 cases, but 2 of them are only used very, very specifically. They're vestigial at this point, Cheryl said. Yeah, Old English had them, exactly. Because Old English was highly influenced by, like, Scandinavian and Norwegian and Germanic and that kind of thing. The interesting thing is, so I'm from Nova Scotia, right? And a lot of the speech patterns there, like, most everyone speaks English there. Up until about like the 40s and 50s, you could find people in the interior of the province who only spoke Gaelic. Like, there were still people living in that area who did not speak any English. They only spoke Scottish Gaelic. But a lot of the sentence structure that's typical of Nova Scotia in English is a direct result of sentence structure in Gaelic. Because Gaelic doesn't say, like, you don't say I'm shopping, or you would say I am doing shopping, basically. So in English you get the I'm instead of just the verb. I'm not expressing myself very well because I have a headache, but it's really interesting that a lot of the Gaelic sentence structure remained even when the language itself faded away. Like Toot says, like, done with versus done. Yeah. It's just kind of adding that extra qualifier on the verb. Fedi, thank you so much for the resub there. Thank you, thank you. It's definitely appreciated. Just got home. Welcome home. Hydrate. Come and relax with us. That is now 2 subs towards our POW hot tub stream. Moon says, welcome home, Titifer. And Toot says, hi, Titty, welcome home. Thank you for the resub. Take easy, also important. Yes. Take easy, very important. Yeah, I really loved learning, not just learning languages, but learning about languages when I was in college, because a big part of doing the course of study that I did was learning about the diaspora, basically, like the Highland clearances, and a ton of Scottish people moved to Canada and North America in general, and how they spread out affected culture in certain areas and that kind of thing. So it's really interesting how language and customs spread. Gwen, thank you for the resub as well. Gwen says, I don't know how this works. Well, basically you did the thing, and if people do the thing 22 more times before the end of November, we're gonna have a hot tub stream. But thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate all of your support. You guys never have to do anything to my brain just shut off for a second. You guys never have to pay money to support the stream. Just being here is more than enough for us. Thank you so much, everyone. You subbed at the beginning of the stream, but you didn't know I needed to share it to make it count. Huh. I didn't know you needed to share it either. Interesting. Charles says, I think my dad's family was part of that. Probably. There was a huge influx of Scottish settlers. Because, like, I won't get into the whole thing, but basically the English were terrible. And as a result, most of the Gaelic speaking Scottish people left, and most of the Gaelic speaking Irish people left, leaving only the English speaking Scots and the English speaking Irish. But like just huge waves of immigration. Toot's gonna put the Gaelic Pokemon in the server. Nice. We watched, so there's a streamer we watch him stream and video games. Stream and videos. RT Game, he's Irish. And he, I mean, in Ireland, everyone takes Irish in school, but like no one remembers it. They know Irish about as well as I know French. But he knows it a little bit better than that. And he found someone had done a fan translation of Pokemon Red and Blue into Irish Gaelic. Translated the entire game, came up with like what would be the translation for things like Pokeballs and things like that. And even translated a bunch of the Pokemon's names, I think, too. And we watched him play that. It was really cool. British says the answer to so many questions. The English did in English. Yeah, that's about it. I think you just summarized my entire 4-year degree. But yes, there are 6 Celtic languages. Oh, sorry, I said the word again. There are 6 languages in that family, in 2 different groups. The most active one is the 2 most active ones are Irish and Welsh. So the 3 Gaelic languages are Irish, Scottish, and Manx. Manx went extinct in the 1970s. And then the 3 Brythonic languages are Welsh, Cornish, and Breton, of which Welsh is, it's just now yelling all of the various Celtic words they know. Welsh is the most active, Breton is spoken in areas of France, and Cornish went extinct in the 1770s. So Manx is kind of able to be somewhat revived because we do have recordings of it being spoken, because the last living a language is considered extinct when the last living speaker passes away, and that happened to Manx Gaelic in the 70s, but we have recordings of that person speaking. So the last living native speaker, I should say, yeah, we have recordings of that person speaking, so like we know what the language sounded like and we're able to reconstruct it. Whereas with Cornish, we have it written down, but we don't know what it sounded like. So the words that Toot put in chat, snacked is the Scottish Gaelic word for snow. Pop-de-ping is kind of like an old, it's like a boomer Welsh word way of saying microwave, because popti is an oven, so it's an oven that goes ping. It's a ping oven. And also the Welsh word for basket is basged, B-A-S-G-E-D. No, I'm telling you, I'm not calling you a boomer, Toot. I'm calling the person who taught me the word pop-de-ping a boomer. Apparently, what people call it now is a microdon, which is so much less fun than pop-de-ping. But when I was learning the languages, they were just starting to catch up to like finding easy words for computer and internet and things like that. Monkey is losing her everlasting mind, and I'm gonna go shortly after. Oh no. What is Monkey up to? Still yeeting themselves around. She was yelling at you earlier while you were playing Floss Chicken. Now she has the zoomies and she's gonna break stuff in the kitchen. Oh no. Yeah, you definitely kind of get to know your cats. Like when they get very specific zoomies, you're like, okay, what did you do? Like, I know what you did, but where did you do it? I cannot read that emoji. Oh, thanks, Kinetic. Thank you. One cat that lives with the ex would get the zoomies. Yeah, that's some of ours get the pre-poop zoomies and some of them get the post-poop zoomies. I think that's just a cat thing. So Early, I probably told this story before, but Early has special princess time every night because she has a little bit of anxiety, doesn't really like to be, you know, around the other cats very much. And she also sometimes has to fight them for food because she's kind of outside the colony hierarchy. So every night I take her and I put her in my bathroom by herself. She's got her nice little house and she's got food and water that's all hers, and it's a very like private chill environment for her overnight. And she knows that she's getting to do that, and she'll put herself to bed. Like she'll go like when I start doing my nightly stuff, she'll make her way over there and just wait by the door. And some days I think that she's just had enough of the others, and she'll try and put herself to bed at like 5 o'clock as opposed to 9 or 10. So I'll just be like, okay, Earls. There was one day I put her to bed at 9, and then the next morning I went to let her out and she was like, no. So I checked on her every hour through the entire day. I tried to get her to come out and she was just like, no, I'm just gonna stay here. She came out at like 6 o'clock, ate a little bit of food, and then went back to bed. And like, honestly, mood. Tortoise says, oh, you just learned why they got them post. Basically, it can lead to a blood pressure drop that makes them feel high. Oh, that's interesting. I can understand like the physiology of that, but that's really interesting. And says, honestly, mood for real. I know, right? Like, I don't want to deal with people. There's food here, there's water here. You know, like I'm in bed. I just go away, Father. There are no Gigi's here. There's no Binx's here. Binx just really wants to play with Early, but Binx she still plays like a kitten, like super aggressively, and Early just doesn't want to deal with that. So yeah, it's like Binx, she doesn't want to play with you, and Binx is like, I want to play with everyone. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Right. My head is doing a thing. So usually I go until 8:30. I think we're gonna wrap up stream around here. But I'm really glad that I did end up streaming. I'm glad we were able to hang out. Next stream is going to be Friday, the one with Moon. It is going to start a little bit later. We're going to get going at 7 o'clock. And we're gonna be live here on my Twitch channel, on my YouTube, as well as on Moon's Twitch. It says, how's your head? Several complaints. Yes, several complaints. So if you don't already follow Moon, definitely go and do that. Oh, Pecan Pie, that's your birthday. It's the 20th. So if the 20th is your birthday, then yeah, you can hang out with us in the evening, because you'll not have plans. I'm sure regular people never have plans on their birthday. My brain. Anyways, happy early birthday. Okay. If I don't see you on Friday, happy early birthday. If I do see you on Friday, I will try and remember to happy birthday. Toot is putting up a bunch of links in both of the channels. If you're not already a member of the Discord server, you should definitely think about hopping on and joining us there. We have lots of cool people, and we've just opened up a new channel in the Discord that is special goodies specifically for Discord members. So if you're a member of the Discord, then you can get access to, right now we have a pattern up there from Susie of Goth Stitch that is usually behind a paywall. It's free for everyone in Discord. So stuff like that, and also we're just a really awesome group of friends to hang out with. Quarter Stitch jumping ahead. So yeah, so join us in the Discord. Tiny Witch launches next Thursday, next Wednesday, I don't know. Go by Tiny Witch. Check out all the links in the link tree. I love you all. Goodbye, YouTube. Everybody say goodbye to YouTube. Everybody on YouTube say goodbye to Twitch. Let me put up my ending screen. I always forget I have an ending screen. And thank you everyone for saying I hope you feel better. I'm sure I will. I just need to get some sleep and this storm system. All right. Bye, YouTube. I will see you in the coffee shop. I will see you in the comment section. I will see you in the Discord server, but most importantly, I will see you. All right. Bye, bye, YouTube. Bye. Bye. Okay.